worth at Hallmark cards. Okay, so picture Hallmark movies. Every Hallmark ornament that you can imagine, they have both worked there for 40 plus years each. We're talking about like Christmas runs crazy deep in my soul, okay? And on top of that, hello, it's our Savior's birthday, so the best time of the year. So I'm so excited to talk anything about Christmas tonight, and we have a super fun night of training plan, lots and lots of great stuff. And the very first person to kick us off is Maggie. She's going to be sharing just what the heck do we do with this holiday line that's coming up. We just got some new jewelry, like what are we going to do to market this holiday line? And so Maggie is going to tell us and teach us all the ways. Okay, take it away, Maggie.
Woo! Wasn't ready yet. Who's excited for more jewelry?
Woo! Yeah. Always.
I mean, honestly, let's be real. It doesn't really ever get old. I'm so excited about your jewelry from several years in. So, I'm going to talk to you just about the holiday collection and just a few tips on ordering your collection because sadly it's not here. We haven't seen it yet, so we can't talk specifics. But we're just going to generally talk about just some tips on what you might want to add to your collection and what you might think about not necessarily adding to your collection. So Premier told us that the holiday collection is coming out on the 17th, which is next Monday. I think I had that realization this morning. I was like, oh, that's next week. Okay. And that's all they've told us, right? There's like no other information. We don't really know how they're debuting yet, but my guess is that it will be a live video. That's what they've done the last couple of years. Having some awesome senior leader who's really good at showing the jewelry, show it to us on mannequin and all the different ways you can wear it, and different pieces from the current collection that you can fill in with. So my guess is there's going to be some fun live video that we can all tune into on Monday. If you're at work, I'm sorry.
Oh man, I'll still watch it.
Yeah, watch it. Sneak in the bathroom. Go in the bathroom. We don't want to encourage such things, but you know. I always like to tell my customers that this is our sparkliest collection because the holidays, you know, everybody dresses up a little bit more. You've got your holiday parties, your Christmas parties, and we all just kind of like sparkly things a little bit more. So this is definitely the more glam of our collections. If you're not totally familiar yet, Premier comes out with 3 different lines every year. They do their spring line in January, the big one in July that we just had, and then they do a holiday collection in the fall, which in the past used to be in October, and now it's September, and it always sneaks up on me. So, but it's here, so we're going to talk about it. Okay, so would it be helpful for you to have some pieces of the holiday collection on your table? Yes, absolutely. Do you need to have the whole holiday collection on your table? No, absolutely not. So you want to be wise and be discerning and just try to think about what pieces are best going to fit into what you already have and best fit into your business and your customers. So that's what I'm talking about. When we can order, if you have free jewelry, then use it. How exciting is that? If you have some retail certificates, girl, this is a great time to use them on your holiday collection. If you don't, that's okay. We don't all, but they often give us an extra discount on this collection beyond your 50%, which I love that Premier does that because it makes it much more attainable if you are going to need to invest just a little bit of money on your jewelry. But be smart. You know your business. You know your customers, you know what you can't afford, you know what you can't afford. Set a limit for yourself and stick to that limit because there's lots of ways to add more jewelry afterwards, so after your first order. So just keep in mind, you want to be earning cash for Christmas during this retail season, not trying to pay off your holiday collection that you bought. Consider.
Can you repeat that?
Cash for Christmas for you, not paying off your holiday collection. So be wise. Consider holding what we used to call a personal show. Host a party, host your own party. You can do it. There's several weeks in September. You can fit something in, have some girls over, invite your hostesses, do something on Facebook, promote it on Facebook, whatever you want to do. But consider holding your own party. Get a group order together, and then you get the free jewelry from that. So you can use that to help you order more of the holiday collection as well. But since it is The holiday collection, the holiday season, they kind of do this to help us create a whole lot of momentum going into this great retail season. So you are going to want to get your order placed fairly early. Don't wait too long because you want to have those pieces on your table when you're getting into your fall parties in October. So think about maybe once it debuts, you could hop onto your Facebook group or your VIP group and maybe even just post some pictures, or if they have a cute little promo video, post that on there and get some input. Ask your gals, say, which pieces do you love? Which ones would you like to try on in person? What do you want to see on my table? And get their input. A lot of times they have some good ideas. Sometimes, you know, they all kind of tend to lean toward a lot of the same pieces, not always, but that can kind of give you a feel for what you might want to have on your table. And also just think about, what are some holes that you have in your current collection? Are you really heavy on gold or on silver? I've recently realized that I have a whole lot of gold on my table because that's what I'm kind of obsessed with right now. And not necessarily that I don't have silver in my collection, but I haven't been really taking it to my parties because I'm like, who cares? But not really. So I'm having to be intentional about bringing the silver back in. So just think about if you have some holes. Do you have a whole lot of boho pieces in your collection? Maybe you like those more natural, neutral pieces. Then make sure you have a few glam pieces in there too for your glam girls. We have those girls who like sparkly things. So you want to have something on there for them. Think about when you go to a party, you know, there can be kind of different groups of women, and maybe you even arrange your jewelry table in collections. You might have your glam collection, your boho collection, your delicates collection, you know, your more personalized engravable stuff. Think about those gals, and if you have just a good representation for each of those different groups on your table, and if you could maybe fill some gaps with some holiday jewelry just to make sure you've got all of those different gals covered. I found, so I like to keep some of the old catalogs just for, you know, nostalgia, but this was the only old Christmas catalog that I had from 2016, the gift guide from 2016, and look at that necklace.
Tegan's
here on the front. Is that your favorite?
I will not sell that thing.
This is the Tribeca necklace, and it's fabulous, right? Like, it's gorgeous, and it's big, and it's sparkly, and it's versatile, and you might love it, but I'm just gonna be real that it's probably not gonna be a top seller in Colorado, right? Let's be honest. And that doesn't mean that you can't love it and that you can't add it to the collection. And that doesn't mean you won't ever sell it, but I am 100% positive I never sold this necklace in Colorado. So, I say that just as a bit of warning to you. We do, like I said, we have those glam girls who like the sparkly pieces, but this kind of stuff is not real big in Colorado. Just keep that in mind. Think about what your top sellers are. Think about the stuff that your ladies buy and try to go kind of along those lines and pick out stuff that you think that they are gonna like. Some of the pieces will be super holiday themed, and this is funny because I was gonna point this out. And Sarah's wearing it.
Maggie was gonna slam it.
No, I actually love it.
I love that.
So there's this Christmas tree necklace, right? That is super cute and super holiday, and ladies like it, but you don't necessarily need it in your collection. It will sell from the catalog, it will sell from the website. Also, they have an ornament every year. I don't think I've ever sold one to a customer. Personally, I started buying one every year because I think it's kind of fun to have an ornament on my tree from every year that I've been in Premier. So that's more for me than anything else. So I would just say you don't necessarily need those super holiday themed pieces on your table, because come January, they're still going to be on your table, they're not going to be in the collection anymore, and you're going to be trying to sell it off your table, and the gals are going to be over Christmas trees, right? So they'll be able to see those things in the catalog and order them and love them from there, and that's great. What else? Some of these pieces will carry over to the spring collection, which is awesome too, because then when they come out with that spring collection, instead of looking at the whole catalog like, oh no, there's all these new pieces that I don't have, you'll be able to be like, oh, I already have that one, and I already have that one. They will incorporate it into the collection. So some of these pieces, yeah, they're going to be with you for a while, so you do want to just think wisely about what you choose, and hopefully the ones you choose will stick around. Consider what type of parties you have coming up. Do you have a lot of parties with working girls, maybe office parties? Those gals might want more of the statement necklaces, or the classical pieces, things that they can wear with their workwear. Maybe you have a whole lot of parties coming up with mamas, right? Stay-at-home moms, or maybe with teachers, maybe ladies who like more delicate pieces, and maybe ladies who are looking for gift ideas. So just kind of an aside here, at this point, you need to start showing a gift tray at all of your parties. So add on to your fashion show. If you need to pare down your fashion show just a little bit to make time for it, then you can do that. But start showing a gift tray. Have a whole tray full of just great ideas for ladies to buy. You can go ahead and tell them as you're introducing the Love It list, say, hey, I want you to write down 4 names, 4 ladies that you need to buy gifts for. And then you show them all these gift pieces, and that just gives them ideas. So they're not just thinking about what they might buy for themselves, but what they could get off their shopping list as well. So there might be some good gift pieces that come out in this collection. The Rest Assured bracelets came out in this holiday collection. And those are a great gift. I sell those a lot to gals who want to give them to someone else. Or you might have Matthew 17:20, right? It's a classic. I still sell Token of Love all the time as a gift. Inner Strength, all of those pieces.
I have a question.
Yeah.
For your gift tray, are you like taking time to show and highlight each piece, or are you just saying like, here's top sellers, pick your favorite? What do you do?
I show each piece, but just real briefly. I'm not like showing tricks or ensembles, really. I'm just kind of briefly introducing each piece.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I do. So you want to go ahead and start showing those right now, because ladies are going to start thinking about their Christmas shopping now. If you are doing a bunch of parties with college girls or millennials, they're probably not going to be super into those glam pieces either. So just think about that. You might want to have some engravables on your table. You might want to have some of the more personalized pieces on your table. Older gals tend to love the sparkly stuff, but they don't like the really heavy stuff. So just think about what parties you have coming up and how you can kind of tailor your collection to the ladies that you know you're going to be reaching out to. One other tip, show your jewelry for more than one party. So if you take some of your holiday pieces and you incorporate them into your fashion show and nobody buys it, maybe you have this necklace that you love and you show it and it's great, and nobody buys it in your first or second parties, that doesn't mean you should give up on it. Keep it in your fashion show just so that you can become more and more confident, and the more you know that backward and forward, showing that necklace, the more they're gonna love it and they're gonna buy it, because they're gonna feel that. They're gonna catch your excitement and they're gonna love that piece. So don't give up on that one piece. Just keep rocking your fashion show so you know it really well. And be sure to incorporate pieces from the current collection. So, I mean, think about that when you're ordering too. If you order some great hematite necklace out of the holiday collection, but you don't really have any earrings or bracelet to go with it, then that's not really gonna be super helpful on your table. So think about what you have and how you can incorporate those and use those together. And then you can tell these ladies, hey, this one will go with that bracelet that you already have. I mean, obviously we want her to buy a new bracelet too, but she's gonna like knowing that she can wear it with what the stuff that she already has. But just one tip, I have discovered in my years so far that for the most part, ladies buy what you have on your table, because that's the stuff that you love, that's what you're showing, that's what they can try on, that's what you're excited about, and so that's what they're gonna buy. So don't stress over whether or not you're ordering the right pieces and if it's gonna be a top seller or not. Be wise, but it's not the most important thing. And start marketing this to your customers now. Elizabeth Draper posted some really cute pictures on that Sparkle and Shine Facebook group. If you're not in there, you can talk to your Premier Mama. And she was like, feel free to use them. So use them. Don't feel like you need to reinvent the wheel. Use the pictures that ladies have already put out there and start marketing that online. You're going to want to send that to maybe some of your hostesses, your just your great customers, just kind of excited for that new jewelry that's coming, and start talking about it at your parties. Tell the ladies, if you have a party this week, tell them, hey, there's new jewelry coming out. You can use that as a booking incentive, and it works. Tell those gals, if you have a party in late September or early October, you can be one of my first hostesses to have the holiday collection at your party. And they're gonna like that. They like the idea of having new jewelry and having pieces that their friends haven't seen before. So use that to your advantage and be excited for the new collection, and it'll be fun to hear what everybody loves and doesn't love, right? So that's where I'm headed. Okay, awesome.
see, I heard Leah yell about Christmas. Leah, what is one of your favorite things about Christmas, girl?
Oh.
I'm a gift giver.
Gifts.
Yes.
Ooh.
So we budget every month and put money into our gift account so that
Yes.
Christmas is not stressful.
Yes.
Because then I just buy gifts as I see them throughout the year, and then
Super fun.
it's fun for me.
And do you like have a million people on your list, or like mostly the kids and the husband?
I don't know, a fair amount.
I mean, am I on the list? That's what I'm. Okay.
Scratch grandma.
Okay, so coming around is the countdown for Christmas. So you can take notes on that as we go, or if you want to copy it onto your notebook, whatever you want to do there. But girls, we have this awesome opportunity ahead of us with about 15 weeks until we start kind of breaking for Christmas time, and the shipping deadline, all that kind of thing starts coming around. And so the very, very first thing that I would like to encourage you to do is set up a blitz week or a blitz weekend in your business. This means intentionally thinking ahead about a stretch of days or even like a stretch in a week where you're going to work more than you normally do. So if you're normally doing 5 parties in a month, or 5 parties in a month, maybe that week you do that. You do your 5 parties in a month, but you also add 2 additional shows in that blitz week. Okay, so you're just kind of ramping it up. If you are normally kind of on the every other month, maybe you do 3 parties in the month, that kind of a thing. Just something that really kind of like can help your business, because what happens in these blitz weeks when you schedule several jewelry shows kind of back to back is that you start getting bookings at those, and then those bookings really start to stack up quickly for you. Okay, so when you have that intentional and focused time, you've already kind of discussed it with your husband or your kids or whoever you need to, and they know it's coming. Mom's going to be away, but they're excited and supporting you because you're going to be making some bank during this blitz time. Okay, that's going to help just set your business up even stronger for the fall or rolling it into the new year. Okay, that's week 15. That's something that you can start working on, just planning that intentional time right now. Get that on your calendar. Week 14. Add 3 bookings to your party with some diamond dates. Back at my chair, I was just posting in the ColoRockstars group because I just put a little image up there that I've been using for the last couple of months with some specific dates in mind that I'm trying to book for my business. So again, it could be your diamond dates, or maybe you just have like your mom's coming in town one weekend and that weekend is like, nope, not gonna work, and you need to get some diamond dates, some specific dates on your calendar booked to maximize this season, rather than being like, well, mom's coming in town, I guess I just won't work that weekend. But maybe you have a couple extra jewelry shows the weekend before mom gets here, that sort of thing. So we're calling them diamond dates, and then I give my hostess some fun bonus when she books a diamond date. Diamond dates also work well for like on the spot. So you're at a party, you need a party the next week or the week after, something like coming up real soon. A diamond date can help just to solidify some very immediate future bookings for you. Okay, that's.
Are you going to tell us what your incentive is?
I don't even know what I put on there. It's been a while, like a couple weeks since I sent it out. Maybe it says $100 in jewelry.
It says $50 in free jewelry when you schedule your event by October 31st, double to $100 in free jewelry when you choose the diamond date, and then you have 4 dates posted.
Crazy, right? $100 in free jewelry, but it's like these dates have already passed by now. But those were dates where I'm like, it's in 10 or 12 days from when I had sent it. So if I got those on my calendar and I'm thinking about making an average $200 profit at those shows, I'm still going to profit $100 or really $150 when I consider the $100 at cost is really $50 for me. Still going to profit $150. Was that in my best interest to give her $100 in free jewelry? Absolutely. Okay, because that's just like $50 in free jewelry to me is nothing when I'm making $200. Okay, and that's something I wouldn't have otherwise had on my calendar. So week 13, maybe have a flash sale to sell some of those summer samples. So some of those things that you know that you really mostly sell in the summertime, whatever it may be. Maybe it's the hot, bright summer chic necklace. Maybe you sell that off your table so that you can make room for those new holiday pieces, but you're not having to dip into your savings. You're not having to put it on your jewelry reward card because you're going to be selling those summer samples that you need to probably clear off at this point anyways. Week 12. This is the second time we heard this already tonight. Have a personal show to reveal some new samples. Maybe you use the hostess perks to get yourself some giveaways for the fall. So you use the benefits that you're going to receive from that show to give giveaways for your next several parties. That's an idea what you could do with that free jewelry. One thing, so I'm 4 years into business now, and I get a little bit nervous sometimes about inviting my same old girlfriends to parties, okay, because they've been around me for 4 years now. They've seen what I have to offer. One thing, if you're maybe in that boat, or if you're just feeling like you need to kind of spice it up a little bit, I've done fundraiser parties for my personal shows, so I just pick a cause that I'm passionate about. That gives me a lot more gumption to kind of run and get business from my girlfriends and invite them, because I'm not just like pushing my jewelry, but I'm pushing the cause instead. So help me team up for this fun event or for this fundraiser that I'm doing, and then that's a way that I can kind of like even work harder with my girlfriends, is that I'll do a cause like that. And then that helps me with getting some new bookings on my calendar and increasing retail, that sort of thing. Okay, week 11. I think I've got these in order. Did I say gift tray? Okay, good. So that, Maggie said that again. So yes, gift tray. I have just like already started doing this, girls, and it just pays off for sure. Women are already looking for gifts, and our gifts, a lot of our gift items are pretty pricey. So you have like the More Grace bracelet. That's a $49 bracelet. Women love that bracelet, and oftentimes they do want to get it for themselves and their girlfriends. So be sure that you're doing those gift trays. And then you can also think, when you're showing the Matthew necklace, you can say, I have something really similar style in silver. If you're more of a silver girl, there's a necklace that's called Psalm, and it's really, really similar. So you can kind of really hit on both things, even if you don't have both pieces in your collection. So think of some overlap that you might have in all of your pieces, where you have different metal tones of pieces that look similar. Okay, so this is a tip from Gayla Unger here. It's the middle of the month. Are you going to meet your home show goal? If not, you need to spend the next 3 days, is this right, Steph? Next 3 days of your 5, or did you say 3?
I think 5.
It's 5. Spend the next 3 to 5 days of your business focus on hitting that goal, getting your home shows done. So if you've gone into it's the 15th of the month and you have only gotten half of your home shows done that you wanted to hit, and there's really nothing else on the horizon for the rest of the month, spend that time intentionally focusing to build your home show business, because really that's where the lifeline of everything else comes from. It's where all of your profit comes from, right? It's where your sponsoring comes from. And if you don't have that solid home show business, you're not hitting your goals there. It's really hard to hit your other goals. So spend that time making it happen. Week 9. Okay, let's see. Come to the brand, or not brand new bling bash, the Black Dress Bash. Okay, that's going to be down in Denver with Julie Miller. You guys, this is amazing to have an ED. And Julie Miller, here's the thing about this lady. She's an ED, but she has insane retail. So you can imagine she has this humongous downline of women that she's teaching, coaching, but woman has like a killer home show business. Do we think we want some awesome retailing tips from the top retailer in the country who's an ED, been doing this for 25 plus years?
Yes.
Be there on that week for sure to hear from Julie Miller. Plus, girls, bring a guest to those. Can't even speak enough about like that atmosphere of having girlfriend time together in those events. That prospects get excited about that. Women will come and see like, this is fun. I'm having a good time here. Plus, Julie Miller, she's gonna like really inspire hire them. And so I would bring a prospect to that event for sure, and just count on her signing up. She still has lots of time before Christmas to work her business and get some cash for Christmas. Okay, week 8, drop a couple of trays at your local business. So I'm not talking about any old local business. We're not talking about like the Grease Monkey here. We're talking about drop your trays at Grease Monkey. Okay, but we're talking about like your dentist office, your real estate office. So you may drop some jewelry trays off in the morning and then come back in the afternoon. Just put an envelope aside, get one of the receptionists on board with you and give her some freebies, maybe give her the trendy bracelet for helping you out, that sort of thing. You drop off the jewelry, you come back in the evening, you pick up the jewelry and the ladies' checks, okay? This is easy shopping for them. This is easy money for you. So add a couple of those kind of just stop and shops, but you don't even necessarily have to be there. If you can, great, but if you can't, that's okay too. All right, so week 7, Halloween ideas. I just put really generally on there. Go on to the Premier Designs Sharing Ideas with Jan page. Okay, I typed out that group on your page exactly as it's worded. In case you're not already on there, you need to add yourself onto that. Follow the directions for getting yourself added and search Halloween. So there's all kinds of really, really cute ideas, and there will be a lot more over the next couple of weeks. Find 1 or 2 that kind of stands out to you that you're like, I think I could do that. I just looked up today, there was one from this gal named Sherry Loria. She's a senior leader. She does a 2-minute video about a really cute idea that she was running last year for Halloween. So if you're already wanting to like kind of plan ahead and make an idea and a plan for Halloween, you might steal her idea, but just know there will be a ton of ideas coming across that group over the next several weeks. So be looking for that.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, babe.
When you drop something off at a business, do you like sell it off your table or do you have them place somewhere?
You could do either, but I would say you would probably be more successful if you have the ability to sell it off of your table. Just that like cash and carry kind of thing. If you just can't, you can have women order from the catalog, especially if it's a group of women that you've had a party with before. They kind of maybe know how it works. That might help a little bit more too. But if you can, try to sell samples. Okay?
Thank you.
Yeah. Week 6. Okay, we talked about this again. You want to have a personal show, maybe another one during Premier's anniversary week. So Premier's anniversary is November 5th. Girls, historically, they have done really big, exciting promotions during either the day of their anniversary or during the anniversary week. And so just for safe measure, maybe just go ahead and plan on November 5th in case it's a day of kind of fun promotion. Maybe they'll do nothing, but historically they have. And if they do nothing, will you still be glad that you had a jewelry show and made some extra money? Of course you will. Okay, but I think that we'll see something come out for the anniversary.
I'm sorry, did you say the 5th?
Yes, November 5th.
Great.
Yeah, November 5th is the anniversary. Week 5, hand out some catalogs for some upcoming Thanksgiving gatherings. So you're maybe texting out a few of your, or a handful of some of your great hostesses. She wants to pass around a catalog, maybe at her office the week of Thanksgiving, around the Thanksgiving, table and football games, that sort of thing. Get some catalog orders that week because that week women are really starting to think about Christmas shopping, right? Because it's like we're going into Black Friday and all those kinds of things. What were you gonna say, babe?
On Sharing Ideas with Jan,
Yes.
there will be information about that too.
Absolutely.
Look for Turkey Trot. And there's
Yes.
all these like fun flyers that you can
Yes.
print and get them.
Exactly.
And it's super easy to then you just print the stuff that she's got on there and hand the packet to whoever's going to be with their people.
Exactly. There
Super
is no reason to create new ideas. There are women who have thought about this and made it so easy for us. So just, download, print. Here you go, make money. Okay, that's our plan for sure. Week 4, Small Business Saturday is that week. So what are you going to do maybe on your social media account? What are you going to do for texting VIP hostesses? Kate and I know for sure, maybe Steph, I'm trying to remember, we kind of teamed up last year and did some Small Business Saturday things and had some accountability with just texting some of our top selling hostesses and customers, and each one of us made some money by doing that. So be sure that you have, even if you don't want to spend your entire Saturday behind your keyboard, maybe you have something set up for Small Business Saturday. Okay. Week 3, team up with another direct sales lady for some kind of vendor blender. That just really starts happening a lot in the month of December. You will team up, your hostesses will want to bring you and the 31 girl together, and so maybe already start making a couple of those partnerships. Be thinking about that, looking for people, and then maybe you can create your own vendor blender. That way you kind of have a little bit of control there instead of there being 12 vendors, okay, and 10 guests. Maybe you control it, you set up the vendor blender, there's you and one other gal, and you can cool your customers in that kind of a way and do some kind of little vendor blender that way, okay? Week 2, pack in those parties. So this is about your last week of business before we break, and like the shipping deadline is cut off, and women, kids start to come back home from school and those kinds of things, and so people do start to get really Christmas minded. So that week kind of leading up, be sure you pack in your parties just leading up to that. You will never regret working some extra days during that month for sure, because those really can add up quick. Last week, week 1, have a sample sale. So yeah, it's just the last thing I do at the end of the year. Women love picking up some jewelry just for cash, last minute Christmas presents, that sort of thing. And then you can offer gift wrapping there if you want to, that sort of thing. But then you're ready, when you sell off all those samples, you're ready to enter into your own awesome Christmas celebration with your family. You've got a ton of jewelry cleared off, which always feels good, and you're ready for a fresh start coming into the new year. So that's our countdown for Christmas. We gonna do this, girls? Yes.
What is the shipping deadline?
We don't know yet, but traditionally it's about the 12th, 15th, something around that range. Kind of depends on what days of the week.
If I had to take a
weekends fall.
guess, I would guess it was the 14th, which is a Friday. That would be my
Plus,
guess.
by then, you're doing so much selling off your table because
That it
people
doesn't matter.
just need it right then, that I'll even bring free gift wrap to my jewelry parties and I'll even put that on the invitation. Like, take home Christmas presents tonight, free gift wrap, and so you're selling off your table by then, typically, because even with the shipping deadline, sometimes they need it to travel with, and so they're like even more eager for it. In that case, even if you're selling your top seller to someone who needs it, then you just replace it on your order. It's not a big deal. It's not like, oh no, what do I do now? You just replace it that night when you order because you don't need it urgently, they need it urgently. So I find I'm hardly even placing, personally, I'm hardly even placing orders at the shipping deadline. By then I'm doing so much more, my table.
All right, are we ready to hear with all of this excitement, how are we gonna secure our bookings and make them definitely stick on our calendar? You guys wanna
Yes,
know?
please.
I do. Let's hear from the Queen of Bookings, Kate Corbet.
That's funny.
Yeah, right.
Okay, ladies.
Well, it is my favorite topic, I'm not gonna lie. That doesn't mean I'm always drowning in jewelry parties. Raise your hand if you saw my post on Facebook this month. I need jewelry parties, that's fun. Okay, so what that was, I set goals, girls. And I have goals of how many parties I want to have, and I wasn't really anywhere even close for the month of September. October looked fine. I could have just settled, right? Like, oh well, at least I have parties in October, and at least I have some in September. But I wanted to follow up and let you ladies know. So I did send out a couple of that cute image I put, help a girl out, and I offered $75 in free jewelry, similar to what Sarah was saying. That's fine. And so I call that a Hail Mary pass, like, please, somebody. So I really only sent it to 2 people because, trust me, I had already made plenty of booking calls to this point. I'm like, I'm just about ready to settle. But I did get one booking, and so 50-50, and I felt like I had just like slayed a dragon. I was like, yes, victory! So I wanted you to know, though, because sometimes people might call me the bookings queen. I am not always drowning in bookings. We just have to be real with each other sometimes. So that's why I put that out there, so you know I am a living, breathing jewelry lady, just like yourself. So here's what I've got going on tonight. Sarah has given me 15 minutes to talk about something that I can talk about for hours. I love talking about bookings. So I did you a favor, and I printed my entire training out, and I highlighted in blue the things that I'm not going to have time for tonight that you're going to ask your Premier Mom about. Because I promise she has already heard me train on these things. The blue are the areas that if you've known me for more than 1 month, you've already heard me talk about them. But what's in yellow, we are going to talk about tonight. So you ladies can pass those around. And I'm going to trade you copies. Thank you. That way I remember what I highlighted. Thanks. Okay.
She'll trade you back.
I'll trade you
That's
back.
okay. She'll trade you
If
back.
you have questions, you can ask your Premier Mom.
Is there any more of those sheets?
Extras, are they coming around? Do we have enough?
Not yet.
We don't have enough yet. Okay, they're coming back. I've got one more. We can share. Valerie has 2. Okay, yeah, right? Okay, anybody? All right. Okay. Thanks. This is not the first time today that Leah has been shorted handouts. This happened in our homeschooling group, too.
Aw.
Once, my mom also. There, perfect. Okay. So, yellow. Okay. So, bookings at your parties is what I'm going to talk about for the next 15 minutes. So, you might be asking, what if I don't even have any parties to begin with? That's what we call Death Valley, ladies, and it happens, but you're not dead forever when you're in Death Valley. So there are a few ideas there of what you can do when you don't even have the party in the first place. And every single one of these is a training in and of itself, which is why you just can talk to your Premier Mom about that. So we're gonna move into show mode. We're at our jewelry party, and we're at home first. Okay, we're gonna set the tone. Quickly want to make sure that all of you are using a paper calendar and that you have it marked where you're available to have a jewelry show, and you have it marked 3 months out. So you definitely want to have a big paper clip or a big binder clip on the month when you really want bookings. So when you open it up for your hostess, that's the month it opens to. But you want to be ready to take bookings.
It's her magic pencil.
It is. Pencil, ladies, use a pencil. You want to be ready to take bookings the next several months and have it ready. That's part of setting the tone for your jewelry party. And that's especially useful at the end when you're going to ask for bookings during checkout, which I am going to model for you here in a minute, what verbiage I use for that. So that's one way we set the tone. And then the other thing is I want you to ask yourself, okay, how much money am I willing to spend to get a jewelry party on my calendar tonight? When I'm driving to my party, well, probably ahead of time in my house, I've had this conversation with myself. So the hostess plan in Premier is extremely generous, and you really do not need to spend extra money to get a party on your calendar. When you are asking at all 3 points during the party, and they love the jewelry and they love you, you should be leaving with bookings. But sometimes you don't, and sometimes your goals aren't where you want them to be. And so that's when you're going to think ahead about what you might bring to further incentivize your ladies. So like a diamond date, or like what I did. I wasn't even at a jewelry party, and I'm like, I gotta dig out and get a couple parties here. So I texted a few ladies with an image like I put on Facebook. And so the one that I really recommend if you're like kind of stalled out and you're looking for a big reboost is what I call the $100 challenge. And I highlighted it in blue so that if you would like more information about that, you can talk to your Premier Mom. So the $100 challenge just takes a $100 investment. And you ladies know, I really do not like to encourage you to invest in your business. More money on jewelry and more money on display items. I want you to be making money. But when you take the $100 challenge, it will turn into money. It's like marketing dollars, okay? So those are the things you're doing ahead of time. What am I going to be incentivizing with, and is my calendar ready? Now we're going to show up to the show, and there are 3 places at the jewelry show where you can ask for a booking. And you need to be faithful to ask at all 3 places. You really do, ladies. It's tried and true when you call me up and you say, I need help with bookings, and I say, let's look back at your last 5 parties and tell me what was happening. Tried and true, what you're going to tell me is, well, I guess I haven't really been asking during checkout, or I guess I haven't really been doing a booking activity every time. And honestly, that happens to me too. It doesn't mean you're in the doghouse. It just means we need to evaluate and go, we really do need to ask at all 3 places. So the first place is by having a killer booking activity. So this is what you're going to work with your Premier Mom on, and make sure that you are confident in it, you have practiced it, you've spoken it to yourself. I was chuckling at myself recently. So last month, I think I told you ladies this, last month I had my 400th jewelry party. And a couple weeks later, I was driving to a jewelry party, so it was actually 402, and I was practicing my booking activity in my car. Okay, so it never goes away. You have to practice it. You never just get to the point where you're like, whatever, I don't really need to talk about bookings anymore. That's never gonna happen. So here I am driving down the street, like practicing my booking. I'm like, seriously, Kate? You'd think it'd just be in there by now. So I'm just telling you, you can be like me and be 400 shows in, and still you need to be practicing it before you show up. It just gets your mind frame in the right place that you're gonna do this. So you can't just show up at the party and start asking people to have jewelry shows. So this is where it's really, really important that you have endeared them to you really early on in the party. So you pretty much need them to think that you're their new bestie, and kind of you are, because you're their new jewelry lady. And this happens by putting your game face on. You cannot walk into your party with your baggage like, oh my gosh, I've had the worst day. Anybody? Your kids yelling at you and your dog barked on the floor? That's not actually like fun for them, okay? So you need to be in the right mood to have a jewelry party, even if you have to give yourself a pep talk in the car or play some fun music and get yourself there, and then you need to be remembering their names and greeting them at the door. So you remember their name so that later on when you're going around the room and you're asking for bookings, you can address her by name. And there's just something psychologically that happens when she's like, well, she knows my name. We are friends. We are peeps. That is an important piece. And if you're not good with names, you're going to use name tags, which is fine. It's better to use name tags than to book a party. And we're getting ready to write down. I'm like, tell me your name again. That's not really building a relationship there, right? So you need to be really solid in this. And you're going to make sure they love the jewelry. So have a great fashion show. I find most of the time the ladies who book parties are the ones who volunteer to be my models. So I will live and breathe by using live models in my jewelry shows all the time, because I think it helps with sponsoring and I think it helps with bookings. So she's up here and I'm putting jewelry on her. And her friends are complimenting her, and I'm complimenting her, and we're like friends because I accidentally touched her boob or her butt or whatever. By the time we're done, we're like in the circle up here, right? Has that ever happened to anybody? I mean, you're a jewelry lady, so you're in the girls, okay? But guess what? Now you're her friend. So then you're gonna do your booking activity. And the booking activity that I have always done is where I give my hostess a gift that night at the party. So there are other ideas out there that are really successful, and you can pick with the guidance of your Premier Mom what's going to be successful for you. I know a lot of you do what's Kelly's thing? The dice game, or what else? Chance and Honor. Exactly. So I'm just going to model for you what I do, because I wouldn't even have the right verbiage. I haven't practiced that other way 400 times. I practiced this one 400 times, okay? So what I'm gonna do is have the ladies looking at their love it list, and then I'll say, okay, ladies, now we're at the time of the party where I'm going to ask you to invite me over to your house. And I know, well, you knew it was coming, because if I don't have hostesses, I don't have a job. But I do want to tell you why you might actually want to think about inviting me over to your house. So check out your love it list, ladies. You've got a lot of things on there that you love. I know you do. And I want to show you how you can get that for free. So then I'm going to stack boxes, which if you're not familiar with what that means, you need to talk to your Premier Mom, but basically you're stacking up empty boxes to kind of show how much free jewelry you might get. And then I'm going to tell her all this free jewelry is from Premier. Well, I am your favorite jewelry lady, and I'm going to give you somewhere where you can store all that jewelry. But you can actually take this home tonight. So I'm going to take a second and show her a little bit about this. You can get these on the incentive site for $4.85. And so I'm going to show her, like, you can clip your long necklaces in here, like your cashmere and your dream builder, so they don't get tangled. In the front, you're going to put your earrings and your bangles. You're just going to hang this up in your closet. And after you have your party with me, it's going to be all full of free and half price jewelry. So I'm helping her see, now I'm giving her somewhere to store it. So this is what I've done when my calendar looks pretty good. If I feel like I could probably stand to do a little bit more, I will instead bring a bracelet bar with some top selling bracelets on there, and it's the same verbiage. I'm gonna say, you get all this free jewelry from Premier, and then instead of showing this, I'm gonna say, guess what? I'm your favorite jewelry lady, and tonight, from me, tonight, you can wear home one of these bracelets. Even that trendy bracelet that I saw you looking at, Tammy, even this calico bracelet that you had on, Leah, you can take this home tonight. And so then I'm gonna go around the room with whatever I have in my hand, whatever trick I'm pulling out that night, and I'm gonna just literally ask every woman by name. Now you know why you better know their names, because I'm gonna go up to them by name, and I'm like, Janessa, what do you think?
Of course.
Right, of course. Who wants that trendy bracelet tonight? Yes, please.
Oh, I'll take two.
Right? So Tammy, not so interested. Tell me maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe, girls? It's the new yes. Take it, we'll talk about it later, okay? So that's always my answer for maybe. Maybe's the new yes. Just go ahead and take the one you want so nobody else does, and we'll talk about it later. So that's why I have a variety. So she's like, oh yeah, there is only one of the one I want. So she's gonna take it, we're gonna talk about it later. Sayla's gonna tell me no. Oh, my husband would kill me. Tell me.
Truth.
Right, but well, I don't want that, but will you always be my customer? Of course you will. Okay, Casey, right? And so you're just going around the room and asking every single person, just having a little conversation, and I'll tell you what, it takes a lot of bravery. You gotta be bold to do that. We call that putting on big girl undies. I don't like it. Every time I'm like, okay, here we go. Okay, so this is why I pep talk myself in the car. And it's also why a lot of you do a game instead so that you don't have to go around the room and do that, and that's fine. Pick what works for you. This works for me. I want to give her a pretty gift. I want her to know I know her name. So we're good. That is the first place you're going to ask in your jewelry party. And if you leave it there, you're leaving bookings unattended to. So the next place, okay, so we're going to finish up my booking activity and then I just move on in my jewelry show. So fast forward a little while and we're going through the guest survey. So you have to be using a guest survey in your business. That is just liquid gold for you. All their information, whether or not they want to be a jewelry lady, if they want to book a party, that's like gold for you. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, talk to your Premier Mom. What's a guest survey? But on there, if you just hand them out and you're like, okay, ladies, fill these out, and you're just like busying yourself, you're missing opportunities. So you need to pause at the point on your guest survey that says, I want to book a show. Well, you've already asked them, right? But you're going to ask them again. So during the guest survey, I'm going to say, okay, ladies, I really want to highlight line number 4. It says, what month do I want to book a jewelry show with Kate? So let me talk to you about that. Ladies, Leah has a beautiful, amazing home, and the treats she put out tonight are amazing. But let me tell you a little secret. You don't have to have a beautiful home or put out beautiful treats for me to come over. And so what I'm going to do there is I'm going to pause and break down the ideas in their mind that are causing them to think they can't have a jewelry show. So, or maybe we had a brunch party, and I'm gonna say, ladies, Maggie and I, we're having a brunch party right now, and thank you for those delicious croissants. But did you know, I'll come over in the evening. We'll do a ladies' night out. I can come to your office. If you've already heard them talk about their daughters, what about your daughter? How old is she? Let's do a mother-daughter party. We can do a fundraiser. So you're gonna take a minute and go through different ideas to help her see whatever party she's at, you can do something different than that. And then you say, what I want you to do is circle which type of party you want, write down the month, doesn't even have to be right now, and I will still send you home with one of these bracelets. So for those of you who have done that, I'll love a show of hands, have you ever gotten a booking by using your guest survey? What? That's a lot of bookings, okay? This is an effective way to get bookings, ladies. Number 3, third place, don't leave the show without hitting all 3. Your third place is going to be during checkout, and it's really simple. You got to put your big girl panties and ask them. It's just really like that. Even if you've played a game, even if you haven't just flat out asked them face to face yet, now you're going to. And so you're checking them out, and don't worry, this is all spread out. So she's not like, dude, this girl is over the top. It's all spread out, and you're having fun with them, and they're having fun with you all in the middle of all this, okay? So it comes time for checkout, and they've been playing in the jewelry, and so I'm going to check out Leah, and I'm going to bring my calendar with me to every single person I check out with, and I'm going to have it open on the month I'm looking for bookings. So I sit down with my customer with my clipboard that has my order forms and stuff in it, and my calendar on top. This is the only thing she can see when I sit down with her. And she's like, Kate, I'm ready. So I'm gonna be like, Leah, we had so much fun tonight. Girl, let's get a jewelry show scheduled. That's all I'm gonna say, not, will you have a party with me? Right? Like, I'm not doing that, right? Like, girl, let's have a jewelry show. Come on. And then she's gonna start talking to me, right? She's gonna tell me, well, I can't. We're in the middle of adopting a baby. I'm gonna be out of town. I don't know what. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. You know what? I really want to meet that baby. Let's fast forward. How about we do this at Christmas time? I mean, you can fast forward kind of a lot when they're telling you they can't right now. What if she's like, oh my gosh, I can't even. My kids are all in sports. It's back to school. My life is nutty. I'm like, girl, I hear ya. How about Christmas time? So guess what? Come Christmas time, I'm going to have bookings on my calendar because in September, I wasn't like, oh, okay, well, all right, sorry you're busy. No, still get her on your calendar. Every time you need to be thinking ahead of like, what's coming up that I could use as like 4 months down the road. So what do you think at Christmas time when my ladies are like, are you kidding me? It's Christmas time. I can't have a jewelry party. I'm going out of town. You know what I'm going to say? Girl, let me tell you something. In January, I'm getting a bunch of new jewelry. And in April, your friends are going to be shopping for Mother's Day. So let's think about sometime in the spring. So now I'm going to be booking for February or March. Do you see what I mean? So you can look like way further ahead, even though really I wanted parties in September. But good thing I was looking ahead over the summer because I already had 5 parties in my calendar in October, but I wasn't waiting for September to get them. Those came from back in the day when I was looking ahead for my customers who told me, I'm so busy over the summer, blah, blah, blah. How about October? And so that's how month after month you'll have bookings on your calendar is by hitting it hard at all 3 places, then just listening, being open to what they're telling you, and then still getting them on your calendar. Okay, ladies? So there you have it. Done.
So this is actually something I learned from Sarah in the house. Kate said you have to put on your big girl panties, you have to put on your big girl panties, and I did that for a long time, and it was not my favorite. So Sarah gave this verbiage one time at training, and it was back when Premier gave a $50 bonus if she got her 3 bookings.
Just kidding.
And she said, let's help Holly Hostess get her bonus.
Yes.
And it wasn't about me driving my business anymore. It was about helping the hostess get, I turned the focus on, let's book a party with me, to let's help her get her bonus. So we don't have that bonus anymore, but I realized that I had used that. I depended on that. I don't have big girl panties anymore. I can't ask people for bookings without it. So I came up with my own bonus, and I have been doing the coil bracelet giveaways on the incentive site. It's like $2.99 or $3.85, I don't remember, depending on the color. I ordered like 8 of those, and I bring it up at all 3 points, and I say, Holly Hostess is gonna get her additional coil bracelet from me if she gets 3 bookings tonight. And I drive it that way, and sitting down at checkout, girl, she has 2 bookings. Can you help her earn her free bracelet from me? Okay, yeah, I'll do that. It just, it has taken so much pressure off of me to them helping their friend. And I just came up with my incentive. You can do whatever you want, but the idea of a new bracelet, ladies love the coil bracelets too, by the way. They're super sparkly.
Yeah, no, that's a great idea. You could even do this, like, your hostess is gonna be drowning in free jewelry tonight. She's gonna need somewhere to store it, and I really wanna give her one of these. You can do something for that bonus, and I realized recently when I was really evaluating, like, what my calendar has looked like in the past and how it's been a little bit lighter in August and September than it used to be. And I'm like, I think I was using that $50 bonus that Premier used to offer to us really to just nail the 3 bookings every time. So I brought it back at my party last weekend, and I just brought back the $50 bonus, although, yeah, why didn't I do a $2 coil bracelet? But I didn't. And that hostess, girl, she was on her friend. She's like, girls, who's booking a party tonight? And she was booking parties for me, and I was like, yes, this used to happen. So totally, give your hostess a gift if 3 of her friends book a party, because she'll work it for you. It's true.
Can I?
Yeah.
So, Kate's my Premier mom. And
True story.
I met her last October at a party, and I said that I was gonna book. And so I took home a bracelet. And then the booking didn't happen, and we kept trying, and we had just moved here, and my life was a mess. So when it was last month, 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago, something like that, that we rebooked. But I tell you what, I felt so guilty about having that bracelet and not having followed through. And it was an incentive. I mean, I was like, and see what happened. Now I'm a jewelry lady. But giving somebody something keeps it on their mind.
It's true, because you know what, ladies, you're like, I can't give her a bracelet that night. What if she cancels? Well, you know what? Nancy did. I'm gonna tell you something. Nancy canceled twice. Just saying. But look at us now. Here we are. It's okay, ladies. It's fine, because they're gonna come back to you because you're their friend. You gave them a present.
So fun, so true. I have a question for maybe more responsible jewelry ladies. Did I bring tickets tonight? Oh good, we're doing a points game tonight. I'm so excited about points. You guys, this happens at my shows way too often where I'm like, okay, we're doing points games tonight. Okay, so I feel like I already need to get some points because I was like, it dawned on me that I was missing tickets when I asked Leah. And I put her on the spot. Tell us something about Christmas. So Leah, give yourself a point for volunteering some information there.
Yes.
Anybody else want to share something else that they love about Christmas? There.
I love making stuff for other people.
Ooh, yeah.
So they have like a little piece of my heart kind of thing. And it can be like the ugliest thing in the world. But because I made it, it makes my mom smile and it's the best thing ever.
Very good. Okay, Alex? You what, babe?
I birthed a child.
Yes, you did! Yes, Alex has a Christmas baby. That's right. So fun. Anybody else for a point? What, babe?
I make my husband decorate our house with lights like the Griswolds.
Oh, he loves
So
it.
like every year I buy more lights.
See what my dad
What's your address? We're driving by.
But since we're
I know
like
what she
really
was.
anal, like I like want them to be like all the same direction, and then he gets out and goes, how do they look? I go, nice. And then I'm like, you know what? He's been up there for hours. I'll just like not say anything.
We're doing next. One last point thing I was thinking of. So Kate mentioned 3 places to get a booking. What's the first one?
Booking activities.
Boom. Point.
Dang, that was good.
Here, babe. Survey. Boom.
Check out.
Check out. 3. Okay. Next, I am crazy excited for us to hear from the amazing Stephanie Stoddard. She is going to tell us she's going to tell us about the super fun new booking activity, or not booking, sponsoring activity that she's been doing that is super cute, and I think you guys are going to love it. So get out your notebooks if you haven't already, because you're going to want to take some notes on Stephanie's Love It Bag.
Wow, thank you for that intro, hon. So who loves a good story? I do. Yeah. A little suspense, some humor, happy ending. So that's what the Love It Bag is all about. It's a chance for you to tell your premiere story in a way that's fun and engaging and informative. And by making sure that you hit a few key elements, this is also a great opportunity for you to share the business opportunity as a sponsoring opportunity at your home shows and at your Facebook parties. So this is an activity that we learned at Rally from Julie David. She shared it with us at lunch. And it's taken me a bit to kind of figure out what elements I wanted to include in my story, but I've been using this for my last few shows, and it's a lot of fun. The gals are really tracking. I mean, you tell a story and people they want to listen. So you can use this. Who does big money as a sponsoring activity at their shows? Who does some other type of sponsoring activity? Something different. Okay. So the idea is that you want to present, each time you show the jewelry and have a show, you want to present the business opportunity in a way that the people who need the information can hear. So you could use something like this instead of big money. So in that case, it'd probably come like in the D is for dream job. Do you guys all know what I'm talking about? If not, ask your premier mom. D is for dream job. L is for I love my job, something like that. Or what I've been doing is using it as part of my introduction. So y'all are gonna hear my Love It Bag, and then you can ask me questions about it, and then what I'm gonna do is post on our ColoRockstars Facebook page, Julie David's video of her Love It Bag, so you can get a couple of ideas. Okay, y'all ready? I think it's a good idea to have this kind of somewhat memorized because you're using props and you're going to see them in a fumble with notes of props all at the same time. So here's my introduction. I'm Steph. I would love to be your jewelry lady. Gals, my focus is helping busy women look and feel their best. And I do that by teaching a really simple fashion formula, and then I show you how to polish your look with accessories, with our jewelry. So, because here's what I know, gals. Even on those days when we are a hot mess, anybody have hot mess days? It helps if we can put on a cute outfit, throw on some jewelry, that can be just the spark we need that leads us back into confidence. Gals, I've learned that confidence can start in our closets. So let me tell you my story. When I started my premier business, I was living the dream. I was a stay-at-home mama to my 3 adopted boys. These cuties right here, go ahead, take a look, they're cute. But gals, you can tell by that picture, I had babies literally strapped to my body. My life 24/7 was, anybody know what this is? Dodging Nerf gun bullets. Anybody take one of these in the neck? Breaking up naked wrestling matches, judging stinky feet contests, and this boy mom needed a break from that 24/7 #boymom life. And I wanted something that was going to give me a little wiggle room in our family's budget. But here's the thing, I was not about to go out and get a job with someone else calling the shots and setting my schedule. Let me back up for just a sec. Because before I ever started Premier, I would never have imagined I could be in front of a room of beautiful, stylish women like yourself and giving fashion advice. Gals, I was 40 and I did not know how to dress myself. I didn't know what was on trend. I didn't care what the trends were. I didn't know how to accessorize well. What I did know is that I was frustrated every time I went shopping. I felt like I had to choose between Hoochie Mama or Grandmama. So there's no way I could have done any of this without a lot of support. So in Premier, you're in business for yourself, but never by yourself. Everything I know in this business, I learned from this amazing network of women that I get to be a part of, both locally and nationally. I've never been involved in something where I could show up for work and be loved on and supported and encouraged. And my sister jewelry ladies have really helped me go from the homeschool mom to boss babe. The other thing that got me where I am today, you're gonna love this. How many times did Kate say? Big girl panties. Girls, I leave the tag on them so they're not like, oh my god.
That's good.
Ladies, it takes some grit to start your own business, whether that is a side hustle, a part-time gig, or a full-time career move. And I'm not even sure I've had big girl panties before I started in Premier. That has been one of the most amazing side benefits of this job, is developing my confidence, shaping my character, strengthening my faith, and helping my family make one of the biggest leaps we've ever made. And I'll tell you about that in a second. Okay, a year into my Premier business, it was time for us to retire our minivan. So, at that time, my Premier paycheck covered the payment for my new car. And not my Lego car, ladies. My $500 a month car payment. I could pay that by working 3 nights a week with my Premier, 3 nights a month with my Premier business. Because here's the thing, we make a 50% commission on everything we sell with no quotas, no minimums, and no territories. So I could work my business as much or as little as I needed to. And I was having fun. I'm setting my own schedule, I'm making great money. I'm seeing the positive impacts that I get to have in women's lives. So Mark and I decided to dream a little bit bigger. Last year, we made a huge leap. We acted on our dream of full-time travel. We sold our Colorado home. Mark left his full-time career. We loaded up all of our children into our RV, and we now travel full time. Girls, I'm a jewelry lady and I live in a camper. I just think that's hilarious. And so that helped us start the next phase of our family adventure. And now I get to work my business on the road, thanks to Premier's e-commerce, our website, Facebook, live video, social media, all of that. I'm able to have a pretty much online business so I can travel and work at the same time. Now, gals, my story is unique, and so is yours. What I've found is that all the women I meet, we have more months left over than money. And here's the truth, financial stress will exhaust you. So my passion is getting this information to the women who need it. So before we move on, I want you to take a look at that guest survey, and we're gonna look at question number 5, and you're gonna bring them to a point of action right there and ask them to circle a number on their survey. I always tell them that if they don't circle one of those numbers, 1 to 10, I'm gonna circle a 10 for them, and then we're gonna be besties. I've also started saying we've just added that option where you can start a business for $45 a month, no money down, no commitments long term, so you can give this a try. I know this is a great time of year as women are thinking about seasonal work, so you can have a cash Christmas or maybe take a family holiday, and earning about $50 an hour on average when you go out to do a jewelry show blows out of the water anything you could be doing in frontline retail. The end. Any questions, y'all?
Like the big old panties.
Okay. I'll post that Julie David video and you can kind of see how she does it. And yeah, I'll be curious to see what stories you guys tell.
Wasn't that cute, you guys? I am so excited about that. I think that is so crazy fun. So,
How many times have you done that?
About a half dozen
super.
on Facebook shows and
I was hoping you were gonna say like 20.
And Maggie's been doing it too.
Have
Right?
you practiced?
A lot,
A
all
lot.
the time.
So you can't just like come up with that on the fly.
No,
Oh.
practice.
Yes.
Girls, I am not a funny person. I have to schedule my jokes. I have to schedule my verbiage.
Who believes that?
I want to see that, like, definitely on playback, because that was just really fun with you. Maggie has also been doing that since National Rally, and so those would be, Steffi and Maggie would be great resources for you if you have additional questions about the Love It bag. So Steph mentioned jewelry lady jokes. For a point, give me your best jewelry lady joke.
Thanks for your face.
Thanks for your face, all right. Yes, girl. Yes. Yes, Kate's wearing some things.
How many bracelets are too many?
Yeah.
You have trouble bending your elbows?
Yes.
All right, give yourself a point, Tegan. Anybody else?
Bringing attention from your rears to your ears, thighs to your eyes, and hips to your lips.
Yes. Absolutely. Okay.
I want to hear Casey's thing about the boob hook. Can you tell me get that whole thing?
Oh, I'm wearing the perfect necklace for it too. Hold on.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Bouquet behaves just like that.
Take it away, girl.
Okay, so there's the common problem that you have where you got the gap, because I'm not wearing my trick, but you got the gap where your necklace funnels into the girls, right? You small-breasted women don't have a say. Yeah,
You sit down. You just sit down.
So for ladies to have that pink bra that she's got, okay? So they funnel in, right? Or another problem is you like bend down and then you come up and it's wrapped around, right? So you got the gap and you got the wrap, right? So to solve that issue is you always wear a cami or some kind of tank top, which I clearly didn't follow my own advice today. But so all day mine was funneling. It was really great. Or I bend down and talk to my boss and I'd come up with like this. Like, yeah, it's wrap.
I have tried giving that tip at my jewelry show,
Yeah, it doesn't work.
and it never comes across. It's like just crickets in the room. I'm like, it's a real thing, right? It happens to other people. that tip. Okay.
You can just steal one of mine or Casey's pictures
Bring it
and
a
just
picture.
do the picture. It's fine.
I've heard from others, yes, that can happen.
Casey
Okay.
gets 2 points for that.
And that's gonna be like the hurting, like, memory.
I can't do that over Skype, so it's fine.
Okay, the next lady that we have coming up to talk to us tonight is Valerie, and she's gonna share a little bit about Joan's devotional from Christmas time. So everybody, welcome Valerie.
Okay, so this is pretty cool, this book. Our founder's wife, Joan, was just a really inspiring woman, and she just loved women, and she loved to help us feel Christ's love for us. And so she has, it's like a calendar, so every day there's a scripture and an encouraging word there. So Sarah asked me to read Christmas Day, and the scripture is Luke chapter 2, verses 10 and 11. It says, I bring you good news of great joy for everyone. The Savior, yes, the Messiah, the Lord, has been born tonight in Bethlehem. And then she says, busyness often prevents us from reflecting on the real reason for Christmas, which commemorates the birth of Christ. Yes, this is a celebration time, a time to be grateful for health, wealth, friends, food, and shelter. But it's more than that. It is also a time to thank our Heavenly Father for sending us a gift that cost him so much and us nothing. A gift that gives us real peace and hope, and that is available to all. Remember the good news of the angelic message. The Savior, yes, the Messiah, the Lord has been born. Like the shepherds who came and found Jesus, we also can come and find him. Not as a babe in a manger, but as our Savior who died and rose again and lives in heaven. Amid all the activities and your sweet family togetherness, the beautiful spirit of Christmas can be smothered. So this year, give yourself a special gift, a few minutes of quiet time for reflecting on God's marvelous gift to us. So I just think that, I mean, it is like awesome for our retail and great for like the business, and giving gifts is amazing, but we can get caught up in that. Something my family does, and we work on getting better every year, is we have like our little stockings up on the fireplace, but we have a stocking for Jesus up there. And so anytime my kids like do a service for somebody, or bring somebody's a smile to somebody's life, then we write it down on a slip of paper and put it in the stocking. And I need to be better about dating it, because dating the little slips, because we actually just keep them in there and just keep adding to them. So it'll be a cool journal one day to look back on. So that's something that we do, and if you want to do that, I'm okay with copying. We're all about sharing ideas, but this Christmas is an amazing season, and there's just a really a spirit that I love feeling, like just the service. You know, the guys ringing the bells, the Salvation Army, like there's just, everyone is so much more open-hearted, and I love that feeling. And so I think, you know, if we could carry that on even past Christmas is a good thing too. But so
Thank you. Say Jesus, or is it like really?
No.
Okay, Susan.
Oh my
That
Thanks,
was
Pete.
awesome. I love that idea. That's super cute. Does anybody else have something like that in their family that they do that's really special? Want to share? You do.
We make a birthday cake for Jesus.
Yes. So fun.
Uh,
Party.
You know, frosted all green. And
Right.
Ours does not go for Jesus, but we donate to a family every year.
Okay.
So we find a family in need. It's usually a single mother with at least 4 or 5 kids, and usually expecting. And we have furnished the whole entire
same thing. So we had this guy Ruben, and so we would help people who like had fallen through the cracks, kind of thing, like older people who didn't have a whole lot, and we would buy them food and we would buy them shampoo, and so all of us girls would get together and just buy as much stuff as we could and like go and just stock their house for the year. And I mean, so we had a couple that we took care of until the day they died. And you know, I mean, that was hard on us, but it was so awesome to see their face when you brought in a can of food and like refilled their pantry, you know, and we don't think about that. So, you know, and we would buy toys for kids, and we didn't get to see that, but it was just that knowing like this doll is so cool, I wish this was around when I was 5, like, you know what I mean, kind of thing. And like some kid's gonna love this because they don't even have a home. So, you know, just stuff like that. I love to give back. So I think stuff like that's always important.
That's awesome.
My brother's family, they actually like build a manger throughout like the month of December. And then on Christmas Eve night, he's born, and like they put a baby, and like the girls love it. Because like they wake up the next morning and take him a manger. So that was something they did when they were really little, and so, yeah.
Kind of a fun, like, wake up Christmas morning to, that's really sweet. What are you doing?
Well, like kind of how you mentioned that it should be carried on throughout the year. Every month, my boyfriend and I donate to a good cause of some sort. So just like, even if it's just like $20 or any little bit helps. This last month, we donated to 2 different schools. We sponsored like 2 children to get a book every month.
Cool. Yeah, absolutely. Anybody else want to share? I think that kind of some of those ideas as you guys were talking reminded me of just fundraisers I've done throughout the year, of just how I've gotten to be a part of different things and different activities through fundraisers that weren't my ideas necessarily, but my customers were passionate about them. And a lot of times fundraisers do happen even more frequently through this time of year. And so just really keep your eyes and ears out for things like that, because you can help maybe somebody's transition to a new season of life where they're not in Girl Scouts anymore, but they still have that desire, right, to do those kinds of things. And so just keep your eyes and ears out as you're going through the holiday season for people who want to give back, and then you can partner, and then you can kind of share in some of their story too. So that's kind of fun. So, okay, thanks for sharing. If you did share a fun Christmas idea that your family has, go ahead and give yourself a point. Thanks for contributing. Okay, we're going to move on to recognition. So, ladies, if you brought your CV printed report, that's amazing. If you did not, that is okay, because we had it digitally. So everybody take their phones right now and go ahead and log in to your Premier website with your jeweler number and password.
Mom, you know my number for change? Come on.
Log
Close.
in, baby.
I'm
Take
close,
care of
but
it.
I can't get to
If
it.
any Premier mom did, it would be Selah, right?
I know.
Right?
I'm close.
Yeah.
Probably not close to what you got. No.
If you're like me, my husband just had to like clear out my cookies because I couldn't get into my website. Couldn't figure out why. So you might
Just
need to
over
do that.
Shocking.
And you have 3 parts.
Don't ask me how.
That works for me.
It was like 1,080 or something.
No? Okay.
Something like
You,
that.
you can.
It works.
There's Wi-Fi.
Oh, there it is?
Yeah, Dawn, what's the password?
It's like trumpet or trombone or something. Dynamic trumpet 807.
What's the number?
It is.
What? Was I wrong?
Oh,
How much was I off by?
TDS 312.
Is it all lowercase?
Oh, no.
I said it wasn't uppercase. Oh, dynamic trumpet.
All lowercase.
Whatever.
Yes. Dynamic trumpet
Was there 4?
807.
Yeah, that's good.
That's why you have to log into your own report and look at your own stuff.
Okay, are we there? So once you're into your jeweler website, on your left-hand side, okay, there's your dashboard over there, and you're going to click at the bottom on Family Tree.
First level.
I know.
Okay? Even if you're new, go ahead and do this with us, even if you won't have, you know, a
Isn't that
bunch of
cute?
numbers in there yet, but that
Oh,
way
that's cute.
you'll know how to go home and print it off and kind of check your numbers.
of you who are participating in Jewel School right now, when I talk about figuring out how you're gonna give yourself a paycheck, it's through this system of finding your numbers from the month before. So like Sarah said, even if you're new and you're like, well, I didn't have a jewelry party the month before, still go through the system so you know what we're talking about.
Who's Tashara? No, every time I log on, I say, bye, Tashara. Sunk into it. I want to be up there, but everyone is.
Okay, looks like fingers are settling down. So once you get onto your family tree, go ahead and click the $sign for your CV report. And this is where you're gonna go. And it, like Kate said, it's always in the month rear. So we're looking at August 2018. And then you can click on details for personal. And then that's gonna break down your group orders, your individual orders, and tell you all of your numbers. So at the top, you've got your total retail, and then you've got your total CV to the side of that, and then under there, it breaks down your individual orders and your individual group orders, okay? So we are going to start with the most number of group orders submitted in the month of August. So if you submitted a group order in the month of August, go ahead and stand up. All right, ladies. All right, all right.
Yeah, good one. Good setup.
Nice. Very, very good. Almost everybody except for all these little newbies in the room, so that's super fun. I'm proud of you guys. All right. If you have more than 3 group orders, keep standing. 3 or more. 3 or more, keep standing. Okay? All right? 4. 5 group orders. Ladies are killing it. 6.
Okay.
Woo! Tegan! How many group orders did you have?
I had 11.
What? Hashtag.
You mean all I have to do is say go do 11 orders and then you guys do? Are you serious?
No, you gotta preface with your seal.
Right. All right. One more round of applause.
How many points does Tegan
Yes,
get?
Tegan gets definitely 2 points for that. For
What about
sure.
11?
11.
Oh.
Okay, Kate's at 11.
I mean,
All right, 11. Here's the deal. I know Tegan worked her booty off, not only for her own business, but also to bless her Premier Mom's business too. And so I'm crazy proud of you and thankful for that. So thanks for just working hard for the team in general. So yes, 11 points.
That's right,
Right? Okay, if you did submit a group order sometime in August, give yourself a point. Okay, back to your CV report. So we're going for that total retail number. Everybody have their eyes on it? Okay. Let's start off. If you had total retail in the month of August of $400, stand up.
You go for
Jeremy knows Tegan's giving you that.
All right, good job, girls. All right, so let's go for 600, 800, $1,000,
Ooh.
1,300, 15.
Oh, yeah.
All right, 18, 2,000.
Wow.
2,100.
Oh, snap.
22. 23.
Donna's trying to.
24. 26. 27.
What?
28. 29. 3,000.
Oh,
Have.
36.53.
Yes.
lot off my table.
Okay.
A lot.
Yeah, yeah. Did you have to like time things strategically, or did you
Yes.
just go for it?
Oh, yeah, very strategically, because I had 5 parties kind of right in a row.
Uh-huh.
So I had to, but I did, I sold a lot off my table, and it's huge.
Yeah.
I know that is.
Yeah, when they're
Immediate
more excited.
gratification, I like it.
Right?
Mhm.
I even bring little bags and put them in there. It's all-
that's a good
Awesome.
Those little
Wait, say it
rubber
again.
bags.
Full price off your
She
table.
was selling things off of her table and that
I'm bringing
instant
little
gratification.
bags.
And we got excited about that. Yes. Awesome. And she said she was sort of strategic about when she was planning her parties so that you could replace. Is that what you're thinking?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. So how many points? Mom, you're in charge of points now.
There we go, that's a good idea.
Okay, that just even blew my mind more. What is that as an average party?
Seriously?
That's amazing.
5 parties at $3,600 retail?
And you're going to the beach now.
All right, fine. 11 points to Donna too.
Yes.
So proud of you. Good job, Donna. Okay. I should say Donna is like working super hard to get her business full time. Is that right, Donna?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say she is really well on her way. Good job. Great job. Okay, so let's go back to our CD reports, and we're gonna go with that top single party. Okay, so gonna look through your list a little bit and pick out your highest group order. Could be individual order, but probably a group order. And your highest single order. Okay, so let's start at. Better start a little bit higher. Let's start at $500. If you had a $500 group order, you better stand up. Nice, ladies. All right. 700. Okay. 800. 9. $1,000 show. Anybody? Woo! Girls, 1,100. 1,200.
1267.
Woo!
What was yours, Leah? 1152.
52. Okay. Very cool. All right. So.
How do you feel when you're driving home from an $1,100
Yeah.
party?
Do you stop and shop?
Right.
The funny thing is, it wasn't $1,100 right when I left.
Yeah.
So
Tell us about that.
just being faithful with they can still grow that with outside orders and encouraging our hostesses to get their half price items, like for Christmas gifts, that. So that it just helps me reach my goals too.
Awesome. Very cool. What about you, Donna? Anything on that one $1,200 party that stuck out?
I tried for this one, she's the mountains, in the mountains.
Up in Granby?
In Granby.
Uh-huh.
And so, yeah, so I tried to
You drove to Granby?
Was it worth it?
I'm impressed.
and she lets me stay at her house.
Oh, even better.
Yeah,
So I tried to get, I said, if you can get to $500 in free jewelry, I'd give her another 100.
Uh-huh.
And she didn't get up that high, but it's
Okay.
fine.
Right. She probably added a few more
Yeah,
orders,
she did.
right? Trying to work towards
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So more than you had.
Mhm.
Very cool. All right, good tip. Very cool. All right, ladies, let's see here. So next month is going to be a little bit different since we aren't going to have monthly training. We might be doing recognition a little different. So I just want to ask if you have sponsored, doesn't matter if it's been in the beginning of September or all of August, if you have sponsored a new jeweler from today until August 1st or since August 1st, go ahead and stand up. Hey! Very cool. If you have sponsored 2 jewelers in that time period, keep standing.
Take it.
Woo! Okay. Very good tip. Awesome, girls. Any special tips that you were whipping out?
No, it was my anniversary show and Sarah did my show for me, so she.
Invite
your mama.
Yeah, and have
Okay,
an
well, you got me
anniversary
on that show, so I will just say you made me feel like I could actually do this because I was terrified. You were like, "Oh, you got this. We'll do this," and I was like, "Okay," and I went for it. So,
Amen. Amen.
Awesome.
Yep. And that's Diane who made you look so fun.
I think you get 10 points for that too, or
10
11.
points.
when you're going for it.
Yes. So have an anniversary party, right?
Yeah, have an
that was
anniversary
fun.
party.
That was
a lot of
fun.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun, and women were excited doing that one too. So yeah, cool. Let's see here. Let's go. Oh, I got one. So we're talking about all this giveaway stuff. Has anybody done a fundraiser in the last 40 days? Any fundraisers?
I'm doing one right now.
All right. Yes. What's the cause, Sarah?
Life for the Innocent.
Awesome. Very cool. Get yourself a point. All right. Any other fundraisers that anybody's done? Okay. When?
August.
Oh, that counts. All right. So you did a what? Easter sales.
Seals.
Seals of Colorado.
Sarah's like, huh?
Easter seals, it's the disability, children's disability.
Awesome. Very cool. Give yourself a point, Donna. All right, Donna.
I'm not gonna influence or whatever, but I'm doing a cheer team right now.
Okay.
But this is a good time to do sports team fundraisers,
Yeah.
where you get the kids all involved.
Good call. Yeah. So the back to school. Yeah. Good idea.
Okay, let me just say, Keisha over here is gone. I'm not gonna do that. Keisha, can you stand up, please? So, for you ladies who don't know, Keisha drove to our training from South Denver. Keisha, how long have you
From Winter Park.
Well, I know that, but you live in South Denver. Okay, how long have you been at Joy League?
10 years.
10 years. Okay, so after training, if you want to talk to someone who knows what's up, hiding over here in the corner with the presence of greatness.
Oh, no.
And so you're gonna want to go talk to Keisha after training because she's our special guest for the night.
That's right. Yeah. And she's killing it on Disney points.
So you guys.
Yeah, I've been watching, girl. You're killing it. Okay, very good. And then last one I've got for points, if you shared the business, even if she didn't sign up, if you shared the business in the last 40 days, seeing it for some recognition.
Can I just say?
Yes, you can.
I have shared the business with two people that they were not even on my team. Jen Mahar's chick and
Yeah?
Stacy's friend.
Awesome.
But I was sharing the business and I'm like, I hope you
Thank
sign
you.
up. Awesome. I'm gonna sit down after that.
Yes.
Shared nonetheless.
I did it.
That's sisterly love.
If you share the business, give yourself a point. And then we are about ready to call up the beautiful, fabulous Donna, who's like full of points over here. So she has some giveaways that she's going to be giving us and telling us about.
Hey, Salem. We come to Kansas City.
Yeah, see what you think is
They're so cute. I've been
That's fine. You need to have a going away
I don't know,
party.
but
It's in
Donna's in charge of giveaways, and this is the gorgeous Donna who's full of points right now. So, you have to have kept track of your points.
I have it. I have 4, but now what?
Yeah, I have 4.
So who
Yeah,
gets the
4.
prizes?
Whoever has the most points.
Boom! Shakalaka.
4.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, you beat me.
You beat me. It's okay. You beat me.
Donna's gonna tell us about the prizes that she brought.
So it's just a countdown to Christmas. It's a chalkboard.
You made those.
That's cool.
I made them.
Yeah.
So cute.
And you crap.
We get to have
And
a
sugar.
I didn't quite like you, girl.
I finished them today, so it's still, don't let it dry for a little while.
Don't erase anything.
Don't erase anything, just leave it alone. So it's the chalk, oh, I forgot to scrape the tire. The chalk's in the bag,
Aw.
and so, I don't know.
It's a set.
It's a set.
All right, very good.
That's
Well,
so cute.
Yeah, it's super cute and thoughtful of Donna.
Donna gets one.
She's like, no.
I have one. Not from this one, we did them, a couple of girls and I did them last year.
How many points were on your list?
42.
Yeah.
No, it's 14.
14. Okay, so what were some of the top points? Yell out your points, girls.
12.
12. What was it? 13. Stacey here?
No.
Keegan?
Keegan.
13?
No.
No, straight.
There we go.
All right. I'm thinking Donna doesn't want to give her points. So we had 14, 13, and 12. So we need one more. So Donna's our top point earner, but Tegan's going home with the first prize. All right, yay, Tegan!
Again, I'm throwing out 4.
Casey with a strong 4.
I got a strong 2.
All Casey has is the swing, and I feel like that was
I know, I agree. All right, Tiffany definitely has number 2. Everybody clap for Tiff. Sponsor 2 women in one night. You take home a Christmas plate, girl.
That's right.
Yes. And then if anyone wants to contest this, then let it be. But I wouldn't.
The
Get a necklace in your eyeball.
Okay, so keep the spirit of Christmas alive from now until Christmas. Go out and do good. Do good to others. Do good to your jewelry business. And then we will see you at the Black Bash.
Black
Dress
Dress
Bash.
I have seconds.
Tell me.
Okay, let's
All right.
talk about that.
We need to wear the black dress that night.
You do. Yes. Okay. So October 15th, we have Julie Miller coming, like Sarah mentioned. We will carpool down to Denver. We need to leave around 4:30-ish. Don't quote me on that. It depends on what exit you leave from and whose car you go in and all the good stuff. Pretty soon we'll start rocking it on Facebook to find out who's going. But I decided to go ahead and bring some registration forms for people who haven't registered yet. So it costs $10. So if you want, I will just mail these all in all at once. So I'll have them on the table out by the door and you can go ahead and just fill one out now and put your $10 on there. And if you want to fill one out now and you don't have $10, then square me $10 and then I'll put in your $10 for you. So I'll go ahead and put those out there, and I think it should be a really awesome night of desserts, and you do need to wear a black dress. So go shopping, ladies.
Woohoo! All right, last thing. Salem made amazing Christmas trees out there, so be sure that you get another little plate for yourself before you head out. Give Casey a big squeeze in case you may not see her again for just a little while, right? Just goodbye for a little while, so give Casey a squeeze.
See you later.
See you later.
Yeah, see you later.
All right, thanks for coming. And wait, and Keisha has one last announcement.
So I'm making a little video for the Black Dress Bash.
Okay.
It's just a Premier Designs like music video. Did anybody see? Well,
You got Sarah already.
so I need 3 different things that I want to film. I need somebody who's gonna rip a vacancy sign. That's it. I have a vacancy. It's written on a poster board. I need somebody who's willing to dance, or a few people who's willing to dance.
Sarah.
With another.
Yes, you are.
But then I also need a group of girls. I need one person. I think it maybe should be you, Sarah, since you were the MC or whatever. But
Sarah.
But what you're saying is, come along with me, and then everybody comes along with her, and we're gonna do this business.
Can they lift me up in the air?
Really, honestly, there's gonna be no sound to the video that I'm doing. Like, there will be sound. It's to the Francesca Vasselli breakup song.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fear you don't own me.
Uh-huh.
So it's gonna be fun. So I promise you, super fun, and I will only put you in the best light. I promise.
I'll rip the sign.
Boom.
All right.
We have a sign ribbon.
I can see that.
Better light
Yeah,
out
we'll
there.
go there.
There's better light, so I'll be out here, and I'll just have you come to me.
Okay. Thanks, girls. Have a good night. Stay home safe.